Welcome to another episode of the Total R&B podcast. My name is Loreena, and today I have a special guest with me from Arkansas. She is an amazing R&B singer who is signed to Human Resources under it since the 80s. She sings about love, she sings about heartbreak, self-discovery, and she will be a part of the final Dreamville Festival on Sunday, April 6th. So you could definitely check her out. And welcome to the podcast, Akia.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, thank you for taking time out of your day to speak to me. I really do appreciate it. So thank you so much. I have so many questions for you. So I'm going to start it off like how I always do, which is what comes to mind when I say, what is your first memory of R&B music?
I think when I was little, my favorite song was like "Love" by Keisha Cole. That's my memory that I had, like the first memory of
And that was
art.
exactly because that came back around. That's like big on like TikTok, high school kids.
Yes.
So, and so like who are some other singers that have influenced their music besides Future Cole?
um, like I said, I grew up listening to Destiny Child, Beyonce, Kiki Wyatt, Betty Wright. My mama used to listen to SWV, all that stuff. I just love 90s, 2000 R&B.
I think it's like one of like it's like the best era for music, especially when it comes to like women in music. I feel like they were killing it during that time. Were you born and raised in Arkansas or just born there?
Yes, I was born and raised in Arkansas.
Okay, so does that influence your music? I don't know much about Arkansas, but
Um, well, my family, we grew up listening to like blues.
oh, okay.
Blues is a big impact on us. Like
Okay.
Al Green, um, Anthony Hamilton, my people is all that.
I love that. Yeah, but that's good music too, and that's something that we don't get a lot, I find, anymore, especially here, like in Canada, like blues and jazz and stuff. It's
Hmm.
not as big as I wish it was here.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So that's dope. So then for you, like singing, like when did you realize you had a gift with music? Like, was there a specific moment?
I always knew I could sing, but I say 7th grade when I did a school talent show was the time I knew I was like, yeah, this is what I wanted to do.
What did you sing? What was the song?
Um, I sung, what did I sing? Understanding with my
Oh,
classmate. Yes.
okay. So you guys did it like it was a group.
It was like a duet.
Okay. And how did it go? Like, did the crowd like love it?
Oh, they loved it. All of our classmates was like, oh my God. And I was just like, I was always a quiet, shy girl, but I guess I just kind of grew out of it.
Okay. So they didn't know, like your classmates didn't know you could sing before that.
People kind of knew, but I never talked. I would never talk at school, so it was kind of a surprise for everybody.
Okay.
But yeah, it was kind of a shock to everybody, like all my teachers, because everybody knew that I was quiet. Like I didn't talk much. And I was also a cheerleader in school. So
Okay.
I kind of, I don't know, I was just always to myself.
Okay. And so then from the high school talent shows to getting signed with Human Resources, like how were you discovered? How did that come about?
So I actually used to do live videos. So after I was like doing talent shows at school and stuff, people used to tell me I need to post my videos. I used to do like covers and stuff. So I started doing covers. Me and my mom would go live in our living room and we would just sing together on live and we started going viral. So and this was on Facebook. So we would do that on Facebook. It would be like 5,000 people on there at once. Just like, my gosh, you can sing. Somebody needs to sign you. And one day I was going live. One of my business partners, he saw me on live, and he was like, he wanted to work with me, but I was all the way in Arkansas. He was in Atlanta, and I was young. I was like 15, so he really couldn't do much. So, years went by. He was still helping me here and there, like helping me and my family out. Um, Years went by, and then we finally met. I think in 2021, we
Okay.
finally met in LA on a business trip, for music. And then after that, I moved to Atlanta, and then I just started doing this artist development class out here called Academy.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's how Barry from Since the 80s found me. And then we just been working, and now we here with Human Resources.
That is dope. And so, what is one of the videos or songs that you were singing with your mom that went viral?
We would sing, Understanding. We would sing It was just like all the old R&B songs you could think of. We was on there singing.
Okay. So your family was always supportive of like your dream of being like a singer?
Yes,
That's
yeah.
dope.
Like my mom would drive me to different American Idol auditions where I was too young.
But
And
even still, like doing that for you, because some people like families don't support them
mhm,
like with music because they just feel like, oh, they may put their fears onto their child, like you're not gonna make it. Like they want the best.
yeah.
So they
No,
want.
my mama was there. She was taking me to the studio, all that. Anytime I say I wanted to go, she gonna take me.
So now that you're signed and you're doing performances and all those different things, and some of them we're gonna get into, like what's been one of the biggest lessons that you learned about yourself, doing music professionally? Because you started so young.
Um, I just know that it's really a business. No hard feelings. It's just I'm still learning that it's all about the business. That's the biggest lesson. That's the biggest thing that people need to understand. And still to this day, I need to understand that it's all about business.
No, that is true. And so you also have your single DND that's out now that everybody can stream everywhere. So I want to know, where is the inspiration from that song coming from? Because there is that one line that you said, think that last screw I got might be gone.
Yeah, because I feel like when I'm ignored, I think the worst. I don't know why. I don't try to, but it always happens. So I just think the last straw I got me might be gone. I think I'm crazy because no, for real, like I don't know.
Yeah, but see, it's funny because so many people think like that too.
Exactly. I'm not the only one. And I think
No.
I'm just the first to say it.
But I appreciate when an artist does certain things like that, because there's the artist Leia, and she has a song on her last EP. I can't remember the name of it, but it's basically a whole story that she made up in her head about this guy that she likes. And so you would think it's crazy, but so many people do that.
Yeah. But I don't do that. No. It be like it's either something I've dealt with, something I've seen, or like something my friends told me, or something like that.
No, exactly. But that's where we get inspiration from. But even still, like there's so many people that go through that same
Yeah.
exact thing.
The
So you
same craziness.
speaking to
Y'all
that.
crazy about our man.
And so, what is the process like for you when you're in the studio creating a song? Like, for example, for DND, like, what was the process in the studio?
So actually I had came up with the idea. I was like, you know what? Let me hit up Casey. Casey is my girl. She is one of my writers that I work with. I sent her the idea and I was like, okay, you know what? We finna go to the studio. So her and some other people that I worked with, Naquan, he's another collaborator on it. I just want to shout everybody out. Yak, who else? Bose. We have Jaron and then we had Elliot on the guitar. He did his thing on the guitar, but we was all just in there, playing around, saying crazy shit that go with it. And then we came up with that fire song. I was like, yeah, this the one. Everybody was like, yeah, they like this. And it's relatable, so it's a win-win.
I love that. And then you also just dropped, or they just dropped, what is it? From the Block was just released your performance of D&D.
Yeah,
So
they just dropped it.
yeah, they just dropped the video, and I'm always curious when I see those videos, like who came up with the concept? Like, how did you come up with that? Because it's not just you just standing there singing the song. Like, there's
Yeah.
a lot happening in the background and everything.
So I want to just say, like, it's just my team. We all like creative. It's not just like a one person idea. It's just like a collective thing. We all just like, oh, you say this, oh, that's a good idea, and we just put all our ideas together. So shout out to my team fit.
No, it's dope. So if you guys haven't seen it, it just dropped. But go check it out. The whole performance is there, and I really enjoyed it. So I was glad I got to see it before before the interview. That's so dope. And then speaking of performances, you are doing Dreamville, which is coming up in April, and that's the
Yes.
her final festival. So
The
I just
final Dreamville.
yeah, to make the bill to perform.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. And I love to perform, so I'm just ready. I
What's
start rehearsing tomorrow.
ooh, okay. And what's the best part of performing? Or do you have like any like pre-show like rituals that you do before you hit the stage that you have to like do?
Pray. I just pray before every show. And or I just do like some vocal warm-ups, but that's about it.
Okay. And then does it make you like do you get like any nerves or anything like that? Especially if you're like you're opening for someone, you gotta like warm up the crowd.
It be nerves, but it don't be like scared nerves. It be like anxious nerves. It be like adrenaline
Okay.
type of nerve. It don't be like I'm shy. Cause honestly, I really don't like when it comes to like talking to people, I'm really more laid back on that. But when it comes to performing, like that's my high point.
So you feel more comfortable on the stage.
Yeah, that's my safe.
Besides like D&D, is there another song that you like love performing for the fans or that you see people like really like reacting to when you perform it?
Honestly, I don't really have that much music out yet, but when I like let people hear my music, they love all that shit. So it really don't matter what I perform, they're gonna love it. Cause I come to put on a show and entertain. So it's not just me up there singing. I actually like show out.
And you also, because you mentioned before that your mom was singing with you online, you guys would go live. Did she ever pursue a career as an artist before?
Oh
Or
no,
she just,
she just be playing. She don't sing for real.
no? Oh, I thought she was singing.
No, she's not. No, I'm honestly the only person in my family that like really pursue music.
Because your name online is Who is Akia, what do you want fans to like know about you? Or what's one thing you want them to know about Akia so they know who you are?
I'm always true to myself, and I always like to please my fans or my listeners. So that's just one thing to know about me. That I guess I'm always myself, and I guess that's a good thing. Because sometimes music and the industry change people. So that's just one thing about me.
Is there anybody that you're excited to like collaborate with? Is there somebody that you have on like your bucket list? Like this is who I want to do a song with. It could be a producer, a songwriter, an artist.
Um, I had a lot of people in mind that I would like to do songs with. Hopefully, I can get a feature from Huncho soon, or I think that would be a good one, right?
That would be
Yeah,
her.
I know.
I see that.
That's coming. That's coming. So, and I like Tink too. So, hey, that's a female collaborator. I know for sure that I want to work with. So, them two. Just to start off with, I think that'll be a good thing.
I would like to see that happen. I could definitely see Honcho, and I think you and Tink. I didn't think about that, but she's so good, and I think
I've
you
been
two would
listening
vibe
Tink
like
since
so well.
I've been listening to Tink since Winter's Diaries.
Yeah,
I love Tink.
me
I
too.
was in middle school listening to Tink.
No, I think you two would make like a fire record. Like I want that to happen. I feel like you guys could probably make like an EP together, like
Yeah,
multiple songs. I could see that happening like for sure. So yeah, I'm gonna be looking out for that. I see that happening.
yeah.
And so after DND, we know you have your performance coming up. Is there anything else that we can expect, like more music? Are you coming out with the EP? Like what do you have for us for 2025?
I do in fact have a EP for you guys. It will be dropping on the 28th, so you can be out on the lookout for that. The project is called Dumb Crazy Stupid, but the first part of the EP is called Dumb. So you guys will have more music soon. I'm excited.
Oh, I love. Is it gonna be like in 3 parts then for Dumb
Yeah.
Crazy Okay, I like that. Before I let you go, I do want to play a game. I want you to create a playlist. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you some different moods, and you're gonna tell me um what R&B song you would pick. If you can't think of an R&B song, it could be hip hop, but for the most part, I
R&B.
like R&B. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Let's see.
the first question is, give me a song that always puts you in a good mood.
Luther by Kendrick Lamar and SZA. I love that song.
That's a good one. That is a good one. What's a song that you would listen to on a rainy day?
On a rainy day, what would I listen to? I'm trying to think. Let me see. Okay. I'll listen to I Can Hear Your Heart. By Mario.
Mario, crying out for me. I love that song.
Yeah.
What's a song you would play when in love?
When in Love, I would play Complicated by Nivea.
I like that. Okay, and then what's a song that you would play during a breakup?
During a breakup, Say Goodbye by Chris Brown.
Okay, that's good. I had some people that want to go like the more angry route.
No, when I'm in my feelings, I like to cry out. I need to hear all the sad music so I can just cry out, and the next day I'm not gonna be sad no more.
You're over it. Okay. What's the song that you can't help but dance to?
A song that I can't help but dance to. We still R&B?
Yeah, but if you have something else, like
No. I can't help. See, I got a song. It's called Pajamas. It's
okay,
coming out soon. So when y'all hear that, y'all gonna know what I'm talking about.
okay, so we're gonna remember that. I'm gonna play it back. I'll have a clip when the song comes out, and I'll put it back up.
Yeah.
What's a song that you think has the best lyrics? Like you're like, damn, I wish I wrote that song.
What's that song? It's called When You Touch Me by Brandy.
Oh yeah,
What you know about that song?
that's such a classic song. I love Brandy. She is so amazing.
Yeah.
Um, then what's a song that reminds you of summer?
A song While We're Young by what's her name? Janae Aiko.
Oh yes, yeah.
Baby, while we're young. Yeah, they give me like flowers and sun.
Hmm. Yeah, no, definitely. I get that from that song too. So yes, so that is Akia's playlist. So thank you so much for creating a playlist with us.
You're
I appreciate
welcome.
it. Let everybody know where we can follow you online, all the different social media platforms you're on, so that we can keep up, so we know when Dumb comes out and all the other EPs that are coming out this year, and so that we can check out Pajamas too when it drops.
Okay, you guys can follow me at Who is a Kid. That's on all platforms. and all my DSP platforms is Akia. So all the socials is Who is Akia, and Spotify, Apple, Pandora. You can find me under Akia.
Dope. Well, thank you so much again for coming on the podcast. I really do appreciate this. I am loving DND, so I can't wait to discover more music from you. Also, this other song you had too,
Soft girl era.
Soft Girl Era, that is dope, and I love the beat. Who produced that one?
Thank you. Needles produced the beat.
Dope. It's such a dope record, so you guys check that out too. But thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I wish you nothing but the best. If ever you need anything from us on our end, please let me know. And my name is Loreena. I am the host of the Total R&B podcast. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at total.rb. And I will be back with a brand new episode.
Thank you.